Literally 2 days before, she's saying that she's so disappointed because she could have done more, but she couldn't see what was on the horizon. It is not over until it's over. Welcome back. Y'all, this is the first time I have ever recorded a 2-part podcast episode. So we recorded part 1. Y'all know, you guys are listening and watching. I know, I don't have to explain this, right? Like I was gonna give a recap, but you guys are literally coming off the recap. We're months into this, y'all. Okay, so let me know if you like this format. I had this idea that I kind of wanted to do a case study. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna correct myself. I just said I kind of had an idea. I did not kind of have an idea. I had an idea. I'm not gonna diminutize or make small or apologize for an idea that I have that I am testing. I had an idea. Period. I had an idea that I wanted to do a case study of sorts with mastermind members, but I also wanted to give you a sneak peek of a behind the scenes of a promotion. So y'all know part 1, it was all guesstimations, hope, la-di-da, this is what we're gonna do, and then there's reality. So I'm excited to share their outcomes, but please remember 2 things with what I'm about to share with you. Number 1, promotions hardly ever go as planned. When you're in a promotion, it reveals systemic and systematic gaps in the business. It also showcases ways for you to grow, but that only happens when you are in it. And when you are in it, there will always be unexpected hurdles. So number 1, promotions hardly ever go as planned. And number 2, it ain't over till it's over. That's it. It is not over until it's over. And if you do not have the guts to play out until the final buzzer rings, don't start the game. Oh, why am I coming in with an attitude? Why? I think, y'all, I just had too much caffeine this morning. We're going to start. What I want to do is I want to give a recap. I shared with you the stories from Amanda of Bloom Owl, and I shared the stories with Abby of Abby Kirsten Collections. So I want to be very, very clear here. I didn't use their names. And as I was going through and watching what they were doing, I said, ladies, can you please allow me to share what it is you are doing? Because there is no embarrassment or shame. There should just be sheer pride in how you guys are showing up. And they agreed. And so I want to say thank you to them. So I shared their stories in the past, and Amanda of Bloom L, she has a product-based business. So first part, we're gonna focus on what happened with Amanda. Second part, we're gonna be focusing on what happened with Abby. Now, I'm gonna be sharing legitimately from their words. I was communicating with them in Slack, and I was getting updates, and we were kind of like pivoting and changing things on the go. So Amanda, Monday, November 25th, this is before Black Friday. She's like, here's a few key takeaways. Black Friday prep needs to be done way sooner and not on the fly. Number 2, I need a more seasoned team to support the momentum, because what was happening in her business right now, the momentum started picking up. So this was great until she realized, oh my God, I need a seasoned team, and we don't actually have everybody that we need right now. But she said, lesson learned, I am building this into next year. Number 3, the systems I'm putting in place are killer and are going to support in a bigger way and an easier way in 2025. But I'm touching the stove to figure out what systems I need. Like, when I read that, I was like, yes, but we all do that. We don't know the systems that we need until we have touched the stove. And I'm so happy that she's identifying this. And she says, it's always through fire that I figure out what works best. And then there's this different pressure that it becomes a must to find a better way. And the drastic changes have to happen overnight. She says that in the middle of her launch, it changed from we need to do this to we need to do this right now. Have you ever been there? I was reading this and I was like, Amanda, you got this. She's like, I don't think this is the update you were looking for, but there's just a few thoughts. This year, we just crossed the $1 million mark on Amazon only, and that's prior to this year's Christmas forecast. She does the vast amount of her business during Christmas. I feel like Black Friday 2024 prep is going to be exponentially higher, and it pays off this year, but what it's really doing is paying off for the groundwork to play at a different level next year. These results and what I'm learning now go beyond Black Friday. Saturday, November 30th, the day after Black Friday. Here's my quick update. Etsy stayed the same as last year, which is a win because we've been down significantly year over year on Etsy. And on Amazon, we did 10x. You guys, I literally, look at this on camera. I have chills. She 10x'd what she did on Amazon. That is mind-blowing. How many of us can say we had a 10x growth? She said, I hit my stretch projection for November yesterday, so anything that we do today is gravy on top. She's like, but here's what I didn't do. I did not get my website launched. I want to do a proper launch and I want to have it ready to go. So remember in part 1, she had said she wants to get her website up and going because she wants to get that data analytics, that user, the retargeting. She can't do that on third-party sites like Etsy and Amazon. She's like, so this year I'm going to do it. She's like, I didn't. Okay. So I didn't have a strong enough team support to support all of the channels in the way that I wanted. She's like, I had to make that call. With that said, I am still going to be promoting on our website and packaging and laying the groundwork for next year's. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but this is what she wrote to me. In some ways, I'm still feeling disappointed with Black Friday because we had a couple years of really killer Black Friday sales. This is a huge improvement overall, especially in the last 2 years. I still have a twinge of disappointment that we aren't doing as many 6-figure days as we used to since Etsy changed its algorithm. Another thing I didn't do was getting my ads going on Meta. I am just trying to hang in there and get orders out at this point. I truly believe the business work that I do today takes 6 to 12 months to pay off. So I'm getting positive, but I'm just laying the groundwork for a better year next year. And so when I got that message on Saturday, I immediately felt that pain. She 10x'd what she did. And what does she feel? A little disappointment. Friends, that's normal. There will always be more we want to do. But if we are giving it 100% of our effort, time, focus, and energy, we can't ask for anything more. And I think that she's getting grounded in, I had a breakout in Amazon and I didn't do all of this other stuff. But what is she going to do in Q1? She's getting her website up. She's going to be getting Meta ads going. She's going to get it done. She might not just get it done on her timeline. Tuesday, November 3rd, the day after Cyber Monday. So her sale went from Black Friday to Cyber Monday. And this is what she messages in all exclamation points and cap locks. Cyber Monday beat Black Friday. First time since 2020. So what we've done is raise the prices 15 to 20% today to help control order volume, which increases our profit margin by 50%. We are so excited at the growth opportunities. I want to pause here because literally 2 days before, she's saying that she's so disappointed because she could have done more, but she couldn't see what was on the horizon. It is not over until it's over. Monday, December 15th. This is about 6 weeks after that promotion. She writes, I believe entirely that our success this Black Friday is from the work that we put in all year long. She's like, having a successful Black Friday promotion is a lot like getting in shape to go to the beach. If you try to work out and get fit the week before your vacation, you're going to struggle. You might be able to take or make a few last minute adjustments, but you're going to see the real transformation, but you're not going to see the real transformation that you were hoping for. Now, if your business is already like quote unquote beach ready, she's like, if your business is in great shape, a last minute Black Friday campaign might just work fine. You already have a strong foundation. Your systems are up and running smoothly. Your email list is engaged. Your product pages are optimized and your audience trusts you. Throwing together a quick discount or flash sale in the final hours could still yield great results because you've already put in the hard work. But if your business isn't in great shape, AKA beach shape, getting and successfully pulling off a Black Friday sale at the last minute isn't going to work. She says this in reminding to herself, and she writes, the success doesn't come overnight. It takes months or even years of preparation. I could not be more proud of her. And at the end of her promotion, Amanda said she was extraordinarily proud of what happened in 2024. But she also realizes that she needs more systems in place for her to have more balance during their peak seasons. I'm very, very honored to walk this journey with her because she's starting 2025 having laid out what she wants to do for the year and the changes that she's going to make. But I'm more excited because she allowed us an inside look into the ups and downs of a promotion for a product-based business and in a business where Q4 does the majority of the revenue for the year. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you. If you guys want to check her out, you guys can definitely check out her business. Yes. And you want to know what? By the time this thing airs, her website is going to be up. So Amanda, you can find and search more for her. Bloom Owl will be able to link it in the show notes. Okay, now let's get on to Abby. Now we're shifting gears. Abby is a digital-based business. Now, Abby Kirsten Collections she helps and empowers other people within communities, and she sells resources and digital offerings to help people pursue their creativity. She is a crafting queen. So this is where Abby was on Tuesday, November 26th. She said, Jasmine, now remember how we said, okay, you should do a webinar. And she's like, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still uncertain. You guys, her webinar was converting at 24%. Converting at 24%. Most webinars don't even have an attendance rate of 24%, and she is converting at 24%. And she says that we have a 59-cent lead for their opt-in. You guys, hold on. If you don't understand the ads world, 59 cents for somebody to opt in for a lead magnet. And on that lead magnet page, they're inviting them to the webinar. She's paying 59 cents to get people into a webinar that's converting at 24%. My mind is blown. This is Tuesday, November 26th. Monday, December 2nd. This is 7 days into her 14-day launch. Essentially, it's a halfway point. And I checked in. I was like, how are you feeling? Because it looks like you're killing the game. She said, quote, we have a 3.86 ROAS, return on ad spend, and we will likely double what we did last year. Okay, side note, they're going to double. They're halfway through it, and she can forecast that they're going to double. We smashed the ceiling of our previous year's numbers, and we have 7 days left to go, and I'm happy about it. My biggest takeaway during the live class was stop being afraid to sell. That mindset shift was very helpful for me. Because of this, we set our good, better, best goals, and we already hit our better. I'm going to celebrate that. Okay, so that was at the halfway point of her promotion. So I connected with her on December 16th. This is after the promotion. And I said, how are you feeling? What's going on? And Abby tells me that they surpassed their best goal. So she set like a good, better, best. They surpassed the best goal, and they doubled what they did last year. Like doubled it. She came in and we had conversations about doing things in her business in a new and different way. And she wasn't sure how it was going to happen. And then what did she do? She took quick, scrappy action, and she put together a webinar that converted at 24%. This is mind-blowing to me. They doubled what they did last year. So 3 main things. Number 1, the 59-cent cost per leads, those CPLs for the opt-in was a tripwire. So the opt-in was to a new cold audience for a free Christmas template, and then it went to a 30-minute tripwire for the membership. This is incredible. The second question I asked her is, were you running ads directly to the webinar? Remember how I told you this was a last-minute idea that we threw at her and she took action? She says, because my runway was so short, I didn't have the capacity to set up ads just for the workshop. Instead, I used the leads from the freebie opt-in, the one that she had just mentioned, and she gave them a one-click registration in a follow-up email after they got their freebie. And then she had sent also an invite to her entire existing list. She has hundreds of thousands of people on her list. She's like, but next year, I'm going to run webinar ads too. Side note. Okay, here's the thing. Remember how I said, I'm not, she had said, I said, hey, I think you should do a webinar. She's like, I am not sure. She runs the webinar, and look at this queen. She converts so well that she's already saying, no, the webinar is working into our promotional strategy, and we're going to be running ads directly to that because we know its conversion rate. Yes, this is what we do. We take small, scrappy action. We test ideas. We get like the minimum viable product, the MVP of it, and then we test it. And now, already 12 months in advance of, she's planning on doing that. Yes and amen. Lastly, I asked Abby, what was your biggest lesson? This is her response. That selling is a form of servitude. It's ridiculous to allow a handful of people with insecure mouths to steal from thousands of others who I can serve. Ooh. She also says, I also realize that while those comments can and have helped over the years, there are fewer and fewer between than I realized. When I looked at the data, I was magnifying something in my head that wasn't there. What we focus on expands, fearing judgment that people might make. what they might say has never paid the bills and it's never served anyone better. Not to mention, this fear is what kept me from being my authentic self, which will attract the right people and deter the wrong ones. And that is something to celebrate. Congratulations. If you want to check out more, I'm going to be listing and linking and mentioning how to find Abby of Abby Kirsten Collections in the show notes as well. But what is our biggest takeaway? We had a before version of what their Black Friday and Cyber Monday promotions would look like, and now we have an after. We could celebrate that oftentimes we have goals and ambitions and we cannot see the end. And so we'll go back to the two main points. Promotions never go as planned. It reveals our gaps, it shows opportunities for growth, and there's a lot of unexpected hurdles. But the second thing that we learn is that it ain't over until it's over. What we have so crystal clear distilled from two entrepreneurs is they give us an inside look. They gave us a behind the scenes and they said, we're going to take a risk and we're going to try new things and we're going to get uncomfortable. And yes, Jasmine, you're going to be alongside of us and you're going to push us and you're going to prod us and you're going to encourage us and you're also going to challenge us. And I'm so happy that they allowed me to do that because these results are freaking incredible. It looked different than what they expected. It had taken longer, but it was better than what they hoped for. But here's the thing, their business doesn't end in 2024. Now in 2025, what are they doing? They're setting themselves for even bigger levels of success. And I hope that is your takeaway. It will not go as planned. It will not look as you had hoped, but it will be better than you had anticipated as long as you don't stop. Thank you for watching and listening to the Jasmine Star Show. If you liked this version, this type of podcast episode, please let us know. Like, send me a DM, share it on social media. Like, when you share it, it empowers other people to find it. When you leave reviews, we get feedback and we're able to shout you out. If there is somebody who you feel would really, maybe they're going through it. Maybe they're in a hard spot. Maybe they're looking ways to optimize or get their business better. Send them this episode as a way to say, look we're not alone. There is a beginning, there is a middle, and there's never an end if we choose not to quit. Thank you for watching and listening to The Jasmine Star Show.